Well, millions of your tax dollars going towards scientific research. But what kind of research? Maybe a Zika vaccine? Maybe a cure for cancer? How about a study that uses chimps to determine why yawning is contagious? It is a real thing, guys, and the research alone costs $1 million of your tax dollars, and it does not end there, unfortunately. A bombshell report today lists dozens of similar studies. Joining me now to break it all down for us is the author of this report, Senator Jeff Flake. Good to see you, Senator. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
All right, I'm standing in front of our wheel of waste here, so let's spin the wheel, and I want you to explain some of the waste that our government is spending. All right, this one is the wet dog shake study. What is that all about, Senator?
Well, that's part of a 390,000 NSF, or National Science Foundation study, where they actually built a robot to kind of mimic a dog shaking to see how many shakes it takes to get dry.
Wow.
And they also looked at squirrels and a few other animals as well.
Unbelievable.
So I don't see the utility, frankly.
Me neither. Gosh. All right, let's spin the wheel again. See what we get. That's Fox and Friends. We'll go to the next one. Oh, this is your favorite, Senator. Are cheerleaders more attractive in a squad? Really?
that was part of a $1.1 million NSF study. And actually, the author, when they put together the abstract for this study, cited the show How I Met Your Mother. And they're trying to determine if cheerleaders are actually prettier, are more attractive when they're part of a group than when they're seen individually.
And does anyone care? My goodness. All right, let's spin the wheel again. Oh, we're going to go back to this one because I love this one. Sexy goldfish to determine if goldfish are sexy? What?
Yeah, that was part of a $3.9 million NSF and NIH study that put goldfish in two different tanks, male in one, female in another, and they injected the male goldfish with some type of hormone to see if they would feel more sexy and swim closer to the female tank.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
This is a pet we flush down the toilet. They're flushing our money down the toilet. All right, let's go to this one. Yawning chimp study. We kind of touched on this in the lead-in. What is this about?
$1 million NIH study. They actually took chimps and showed them cartoons of somebody yawning or some animal yawning to see if they would yawn as well, and they did.
We had to spend $1 million on that.
So yawning is contagious. That's right. Remember,
right,
this is your taxpayer dollars.
Where does it hurt most to be stung by a bee?
Well, now that's tough. One researcher was stung 5 times a day, I think, in various places on his body, and found out that the nostril, it hurts worse when you're stung on the nostril than any other place.
Wow.
With the genitals close behind, I believe. So.
Yeah, I would imagine. All right, we saw the shrimp on a treadmill. I like this one, alligator on a treadmill. Really?
Well, this one, they were trying to determine whether humans could outrun dinosaurs. And since we don't have any dinosaurs, they tried to mimic dinosaurs by taking chickens and alligators. So they put an alligator on a treadmill and found that the alligator doesn't like a treadmill very much, but that it only runs about 1 mile an hour. So if you bring up the scale of a chicken and an alligator, apparently humans could probably outrun a Tyrannosaurus Rex, we think. But who knows, really.
Wow. All right, this one, our viewers will like this one. Why does the face of Jesus appear on toast? How much did they spend to determine that?
Well, that was part of a $3.5 million NIH study. We don't know how much money was spent on this actual study, but they wanted to see if people see faces, in particular the face of Jesus on a piece of toast. And so they went to China to actually study this, and they found out that people do see faces on toast. What we get out of that, I'm not sure. And part of the problem is here, when I'm saying these figures that were spent, we don't know how much was actually spent on a particular study because we aren't told that. Right. We're told that it's not information that we can have. So I'm introducing legislation today, along with this study, called the Federal Research Transparency and Accountability Act, that will force them to say, all right, we've spent this amount of money on this cheerleader study, for example.
Mm-hmm. What's the reaction to other people in Congress? Are they saying, quiet down, Senator, don't make this so public?
No, I mean, all of us support federal research. There's important research going on out there. We need a cure for Ebola, for example, or the Zika virus. We need a vaccine. But when we spend money on where it hurts most to be stung by a bee,
right?
Or how can we guess America's next top model? That was another study. Then we're not spending money on what we should spend money on.
Right.
And so I think there's a lot of outrage out there.
Right. Someone needs to be held accountable because you have folks that are dealing with diabetes, cancer, and that's where our money needs to go. All right. Thanks so much, Senator, for being with us.
Hey, thanks for having me.